And then I said, "That's not my wife. That's a donkey."
You've said that joke 4 times.
Okay, well, do you have any better... Hey!
Hey,
Great to see you. So good to see you. Hi,
How's it
welcome.
going?
Good. I, was about to cook up some burgers. I think some people are still on the way. But
Very
yeah,
fun.
I'm so excited.
no.
We got a bunch of setup. Got
I
the
would
grill,
almost
of course.
Jake, but Jake wasn't there.
Um,
Have we met
Briefly.
briefly? Oh wait, yes, you were there when I met Isaac for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. God, it feels like that was forever ago. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh,
It was
hi.
like
Hello.
a few months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like at least a month ago now. I don't think it was over a month.
It might have been. That is
Yeah.
weird.
Time is a weird soup. Mm-hmm.
mine was...
Do you define it as a soup?
But yeah, time's a weird soup. Like that's the saying, you know?
I've never heard this.
Really?
You haven't heard time is a weird soup?
No.
Really?
Oh,
I
it's
guess
one of my
it's just a
favorite
Compton
phrases.
saying.
It's
guess
probably
it's
a
a
Compton
thing.
saying.
It's probably a Compton saying. I'll be honest. Sorry, I forgot you're not from here. You're from the outside world.
Compton is weird.
I mean, both of us are.
Have you heard this phrasing?
Not often. I heard it. Not often.
I prefer to think of it like a line. I don't see soup.
No, but
I
like it
see
becomes
both.
it,
Kind
Compton
of.
soup.
But how is it a soup? Like time is a linear thing from one progression to the next. A soup is.
Things repeat.
yeah. I mean, you
Lot
it's
more
kind of
than
mixes
anything.
in with the saying, history has a habit of repeating itself. It's the same thing, and because it's so which makes time a weird soup.
You're
Time
straight.
is linear, so the soup will always be drank or eaten. That's for sure. But time itself is just a weird thing.
The soup will
What a
always
day
taste
and
the
night.
same.
The soup will always taste the same, which is the linear
This is a
bit.
weird phrase for you weird people.
Yeah, I know. We're just a bunch of weird
Thank
little
you.
guys.
Yeah. I mean, like, to put it this way, like, hi, I'm Benny, I've lived past lives, I tell everyone. I remember them more vividly than someone else might. In my most recent one, I was a writer, and I, once again, am a writer, and I lived on the water there, and I live on the water again, although I just sort of like living on the water.
Wait, weren't you just on trial?
Yes, I was on trial. I was not found guilty. Therefore, that is all I will say. It's all I'm really supposed to say. My lawyer let me know.
Oh, you were sent to the nether.
Where's he?
Oh,
Weren't you two supposed to return together?
Yeah, we got back fine. So anyway, but yeah, I've got some burgers that I've grilled up here. If you guys are hungry, yeah,
Yes.
burger for you, burger
Definitely a
for
burger,
you,
please. Oh, thank
a
you.
burger
thank
for
you.
you, burger for you. Oh, also, you remember those cookies?
Oh yeah.
Those aren't them. These are new ones I made.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, drop.
That's okay. I'm gonna throw this rock in the water.
Why
I'm
are you
skipping
carrying...
I'm skipping stones. Ready?
Yes.
That's a 5-pound slab of... Okay.
Damn it.
I think I'm guessing it's a little heavy.
It was actually a little bit heavy, but I was trying to frisbee disc it, see how far I could get it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to ask? No, actually, I don't.
I would complain, but I think technically they own the water, and so I can't really...
It's my river. I can dump whatever I want in it.
Yeah.
My right.
This is the real reason we had to put in the filter.
I'm making some contributions, don't worry.
It's fine.
You donated money to a charity. Good for you.
No, I'm in like science and stuff.
Oh, so you didn't donate any money to any charity?
No, why would I do that?
Oh, okay. Well,
like half the people don't use money
Where's
unless
my
they're
kitchen
here.
We took it.
That's my
You wanted
kitchen knife.
Fine, you can have it back.
I need a
I
new
wanna-
one anyway.
Hell yeah. I have a diamond one.
A
Graham gave it
what?
to me.
I have a knife
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's. I think Graham made a knife out of
Wow.
diamonds. I think I left it at home though because I didn't think I would need it. But I can go like.
I've never
Look,
been
I
able
can
to
create
I have
afford
a knife.
something like that.
It's somewhere.
Mhm.
Interesting. Glad to know that we all have the capabilities to be armed.
I mean,
I
I've got like I fully have
I've-
like my. I always have my sword on me.
Oh,
I
I've
don't
never-
have a knife, but I
I've
have
never
my
been
scythe.
armed ever. I never have weapons.
I just yeah. Draw's got the scythe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have mine.
You never know when you need to commit a little bit of a murder.
I have no weapons
Friend is
because I don't need them.
I'm
Okay,
sorry, I don't
Come
believe
back.
I've ever
Why
met
are
you
you
purple?
Oh, nice.
just this shirt.
You're fuck English. Can I? Can't speak today.
Real.
That's okay. Neither can I.
It happens.
Why do you
Some
Oh,
say
yeah.
purple?
English is one of the hardest languages.
I don't think you've met Isaac yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't met either of you guys actually. I'm sorry, I'm a little shy. I'm
No,
Draw,
it's fine.
Hello.
and you're Isaac, and you're
Nyalos.
Nyalos.
Yeah.
You can just call me N for short, because sometimes the names are a bit weird.
I call you
Yeah,
Nya.
Yeah.
Call me
Okay.
that, and I will put you in a pike.
You'll try.
Isn't that a fish?
I thought it was
It's also a
weapon.
stick. It's a sharp stick.
I thought pikes were the thing with like the ball at the end. Like they got a ball and the spikes on the end. I thought
That's
that
a
was what a pike.
mace.
That's
Oh.
a mace.
I don't know. Oh shoot. That does remind me actually. Isaac, I wanted to talk to you a little bit in private, but
Oh.
I should probably be heading out. I mean, I've got projects waiting for me and stuff. But
Well, before you go,
Oh.
I I wanted to make a bit of a speech with Jeg here, hopefully, but I hope she's doing well.
If not, if she shows up, I'll try and relay the message. If she does.
Also, I'm planning to
We'll
talk to
transcribe it
her
for her.
privately as well. This is more to, well, the three of you who sort of knew Ari and have been involved in this whole process. But we've all been fighting the things the Withering can take from us. We've been sort of pushing back against it. But in his journals, Ari talked about a lot about how he spent his last sort of little time working on something to revert it. And he had been successful. I mean, it's an incredible thing. We saw it working, but it takes so much power that he said he felt it was impossible to ever get it to work because there just wasn't enough magic. And that broke a conclusion in me. That we've all been fighting this on our own for a while, as much as we've done it as a community in the sense that every once in a while we tell the people things, or, you know, we are around each other all the time, but there are things we do not tell each other, and I think we could actually do this. We could finish the job if we worked together. But we have to work together. We have to be full and honest. And I'm not asking anyone to divulge plans. But we need to start talking and working together if we want any sort of fighting chance.
You're
And
saying we need to work together.
Yeah. I'm willing to put my card on the table. The green stuff around the library, and I've shown some of you, it can hold back the withering, but also me and Jeg grew some of it back there. It's Fey magic. It can grow on its own and by our hands, and it could hold the magic we need to get Ari's machine to work. It's probably just one piece of a puzzle, but I just want it to be known that we have all the pieces.
Well, if we're all, sharing things, Benny, maybe you could come over later.
Yeah,
And I'll show you what I've been working on.
yeah, sounds great.
And that way, I mean, it's a little bit more complicated. But I'll show you. And I mean, we can work on this. We'll make that machine work of his.
Yeah. I'm really hopeful about this. Although I kind of always am.
Yeah. We'll work it out together. I mean, we're all friends and we're all in this together,
Yeah.
Mm.
All in this together.
Mhm.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
How about I see you tomorrow-ish?
Sounds great.
Tomorrow-ish.
Tomorrow-ish.
All right. Cool. I'll see you then.
See you then.
Oh yeah, I see. Come
Mm.
You guys ever heard of Bitcoin?
Oh my fucking god.
An excellent scam.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it spread to a nearby town. I just thought it was funny.
So, while we're here, would you guys happen to know any like gods that would be willing to spare some of their infinite magic energy to help power something of mine?
Um,
Mm.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Thinking.
there's inconclusive evidence, but I've been doing some research about, the Fade, the green, and it could be tied to a life god. It could be like her
Seems the
creation.
most likely.
Yeah, something about portals. And when it started at I think I accidentally made a building she really liked, and then they just sort of planted themselves there. So
It seems blessed.
I don't know that I could really get a favor at this point. I think that would require a lot more, but I'll keep you in the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Your land seems blessed. That seems to be what it is, the rapid plant growth and all.
And it was
By what? I don't know.
mhm.
But a life goddess could be the most optimal, and also the most. I wouldn't say necessary. What is it?
Reasonable.
Reasonable. Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Could also be something else. Who knows? All I know is I don't.
As with experience in gardening and botany, it sure as hell isn't just fertile soil.
Mm-hmm.
Something's
It
affecting
definitely
it.
seems blessed, at least to me, with some knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a friend who's been interested in what the withering kind of is, in a sense. I've been sending him I have to send him a letter, but he has ears all around.
It's kind of a chemical reaction in the simplest of terms.
Oh yeah. Because
And
wasn't it a weapon?
yeah, it's like mold. You know how it like starts and then it spreads and it keeps spreading, and the further it goes, the more it can go.
Mm-hmm. One of my friends, I've been telling him things, and he seems to be a bit interested. Maybe I can get him on your line.
What's your friend's name?
You can call him Fracture. He goes by many names like I did, but that's primarily what he goes
Hey, you gotta have nicknames.
by. Mm-hmm.
I've had a few.
He kind of is a bit odd in the physical sense. I mean, you might run into him. I have no idea.
Draw.
But
Draw.
oh
Odd
my
in the.
god.
He's
Shut
a bit.
up.
What are we gonna do? He's a bit odd in the physical
He's
sense.
a 9-foot catalyst warden. I think that
Womp
would be a
womp.
bit of a thing.
He's a bit odd in the physical sense. Sorry, you were saying?
Jesus. He
I'm-
might know a
I'm
little bit of
sorry,
something to be able
I'm
to,
no
you
longer.
know, help out your cause.
I'm sorry, I'm
considering-
no longer impressed by height and weird
Skulk.
genes. It's kind of the standard around here.
Fair enough. Then again, you ran into me, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a curious fella. He's loud. You'll be able to hear him for a goddamn mile.
Interesting.
Although, in the sun, he kind of looks a little bit like a cherry tomato.
I had a friend
Because
like
of the
that.
whole catalyst warden thing.
Mhm. I know
Skulk is
those
not
words.
meant to be in the sun. So
I
he
know.
turns red. Although he's kind of pink. A little weird. He's like mixed between red and pink.
Hmm.
Eh. But either way, you'll run into him. He's not hard to miss in the color department. Unless you talk to him at night. In that case, he's just, cyan. Like, or blue, I think.
Gotcha.
I know a few folks. I'll just say that. Although some I can't reach by letter anymore.
Yeah, me too. Well, I should probably start cleaning up, huh?
Maybe.
It's been lovely to see you all and lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I might hang out a little while longer. See if Isaac comes back or something.
Fair enough.
Probably not, but
By the way, Draw, I love this swimsuit. It's like blue is so your color.
Thank you. I like your swimsuit too. I like the color of your shirt.
you. Yeah. It's like one of those pieces where it's not supposed to be together, and I realized far too late that my trunks are skin tone enough to be scary from a distance. But I kind of like it. Well, I should head back. I'm gonna take my cutting board with me. You guys feel free to enjoy the sun.
I
I've
just might.
got some stuff to do. See you.
Yeah, I should probably head back to work. Guys. Yep.
Hi.
Uh,
No, I
uh,
know. Yeah,
I
no,
was just
don't,
cleaning some
yeah.
stuff up. Are you okay?
Um, yeah, sorry. I was ready to go. I had everything together. Believe it or not, I had a beach ball.
Oh,
Beach ball's
fun.
broken. How did it go?
Pretty good. Some pretty interesting things happened. We talked more to Isaac and Yalis. Draw got to meet him.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty fun. To kind of reiterate, I had ulterior motives. Of course, wanted to hang out with everyone, but also, just sort of with everything we know about what happened with Ari, it just it felt like it was time to kind of sober everyone else up and say once and for all that we have to work together in this, that if we're going to get anywhere, we have to make a conscious effort to work together, you know?
Right.
Oh, well, I've got some food left at my house if you wanted to, it's a quick swim too.
I do love swimming with you. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that right now.
Uh,
Some mayoral duties came up.
yeah. Mayoral?
Yeah, let's just say that Isaac and Nialis aren't the last people to sort of
Oh,
get on the same page. Yeah, yeah.
that's great news. Do you have time to talk before you have to go?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, you know what?
Yeah,
It, I'll get things with you first, and then I'll go deal with that. Yes,
gotcha.
definitely. Okay.
Uh, yeah, I just, yeah, I made this, I'm pretty proud of it. Um, yeah, if you want to sit up there, you can. Um,
Okay.
just sort of wanted to, I messed up. I was intensely emotional and grieving, and Teef and Jaw came by and they were, asking questions. They said they were confused on how Ari could just die, and I tried to stick to my guns, and but I said I saw him die, and even though afterwards, I kept repeating, I saw him dead, I found him dead, I just feel like, they both could figure out the pieces and sniff out something funny going there. So it's like, I don't know, I just feel like bad. Because I feel like they might know. And it just feels like my fault.
Okay, but I mean, I'm sorry, maybe I'm a bit confused. Tiefling and Jaw.
Yeah. Tiefling and Jaw?
So it was just them there. I mean, they didn't they didn't let it slip to like Grim or V, right?
Well, no, but it, we weren't really supposed to tell anyone, right?
Okay, I've
Huh?
been operating off of the logic that Ari said very explicitly Grim and V can never know. Grim and V cannot know. It'll break them. So I have been
I've
keeping it on
been
lock and key.
operating off the words, if anyone asks, you found me dead. Okay.
Okay, so we're both
Okay, so who have you
okay.
told?
Teeth and Jaw. Well, Jaw specifically,
Okay.
Teeth a bit more what you I mean the slip of the tongue that you're highlighting here that saw him um
Yeah.
specifically okay. Jaw the most because we're working with Jaw and I needed Jaw's help with
Right.
our research, but then uh Teeth and Draw we were discussing some other things and I the thing that Ari spoke to, that entity with the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
Omnis,
Yeah.
I said that in not so many words, that speaking out with that, it's finishing what Ari started, and that it's only because of them that I got to Ari, that we got to Ari when we did, because if it had been any later, then he wouldn't have been able to give us what he did.
Right.
So
Okay.
they can put it together, I'm sure. Especially, I mean, Teef, if I said something and you said something, he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
But listen, we're doing right by Ari. We're gonna make sure that Grim and V are okay. That's the big thing. But when it comes to the others, it's not. They can handle it.
Right.
I
Honestly, it's kind of relieving. It's been hard, just kind of keeping it, I guess. I I should probably go talk to someone. No, I should go talk to Ja.
Benny, from here on out, let's make sure that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm dedicated to this. I promise. I'm sorry there was this misunderstanding.
No, that's a fine way to interpret things, and as any poet like he was, things should be interpreted from the word in many ways. It's it's just kind of funny, mainly. I think he would find it funny.
Right. You talk to Ja. I'll.
Yeah.
One more thing before you go. I haven't spoken to them directly, but there's two of them. The
Mhm.
people that I saw, and
Yeah.
I was on my way. I was walking. I was checking the border, the mushroom border, like I always do. And the person I saw from the top of their head, it was just like staring at Draw's hands for the first time.
Mm.
I haven't seen anyone like that in a very long time, but at least Draw is someone we've gotten to know.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is yet.
Gotcha. This town just keeps getting weirder. What?
It's okay. I think we've got enough staying power
Yeah,
to handle whatever weirdness comes up next. It's good.
certainly.
Yeah.
And we're in it together, right?
We're always in it together.
I should head out. Oh, by the way, remind me, it's blue for friendship, yellow for cowardice, red for...
Betrayal?
Right. Thank you. Just keep your eye out. Keep yourself
Right.
safe. Knock, knock, knock.
What's up?
Hey,
No.
I... We should talk.
Yeah.
So... I chatted with Jag, and it is
Mhm.
my understanding that you know I lied.
Mm-hmm.
guess I sort of wanted to make my intention clear, and you deserve to kind of be told from me yourself. I I didn't mean to keep it from you in the way that you'd be. I didn't mean to keep you out of the loop for some mean-spirited, I didn't think you were trustworthy reason. Honestly, I thought I could handle it myself. I mean, I thought even if it was just me and Jake, I thought, well, if I could. Ari was at his house when we found it.
Mm-hmm.
He was alive, but sick. And he really didn't look good. He was nowhere near as bright as he'd always been, and you could just sort of tell that something was weighing on him. It took some conversation. We talked about what he was doing out there. He showed us the battery, and eventually he showed us his face. And something had taken part of it. His eye was gone. And we talked to him. He expressed the disappointment that his creation wasn't enough, and that he, like I said, he was really distraught over the idea that everything he did wouldn't matter because there wouldn't be enough magic. And we tried to give him some hope. We said that if we could just make it back to town, we could show him, and we could work together, and it would be great, and we would change the world. And for a second, he seemed like he agreed, and he said he would lead us to a place that took us home, and that it was a ways out. And I'll admit I had some confusion and a little bit of heartache for that, because my first thought was like, well, if you knew, why didn't you come home? If there was this place that could take him home, why didn't he? But eventually we sat down, he talked, and admitted that he had taken a deal where, in trade for the knowledge it took to build such a machine, he gave his time and the rest of his life to something that would turn him into a monster. He said he didn't want anyone to see him like that, especially not the golems. He told us to tell everyone that we found him dead. And honestly, before I even processed what happened, he had taken a flask of something. And I guess I had felt like, one, there was the promise, and I felt like maybe I could handle it, No one had to know. Everyone could think of, oh, what a sweet guy. Everyone would remember him as the bright, the happy, the bubbly, and if only me and Jack knew, then we could bear that. I've been proved so wrong. I guess,
What?
Yeah, sorry.
Ari is not someone who will ever be defined by their final moments. Ari is someone whose legacy will far, far outlive them, especially if I can finish this project I've been working on.
Um, yeah, is
So
that about bringing him back?
bring him back.
The
I
thing
don't think he'd want to come back.
that's kind of
Personally.
part of what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't know that I'm comfortable telling Teeth. I'm sure you'd understand. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's different, you know? And I just was kind of gonna ask if you could maybe rein him back, and I don't think Ari wants to be back. And I think no matter what, even if we got the soul, the only thing that would come back would be the beast.
Mm. I have a, let's just say, hypothetical suspicion that we probably won't be seeing Ari again. Maybe at least not as great. But this is something I wanted to talk to you guys about. You said you use sort of fey magic for this, right?
Yeah, the mushrooms were. I think it was actually Ari who suggested it. It was based on a thing from the journals, and then as well we grew the moss, and it's held it back pretty well. I think it's bought us some great time.
Have you tried injecting it maybe straight into the withering?
Well, it was me and Jeg on the case, and neither of us can really do that.
Hmm.
Have you
Because if the
tried it?
withering, yeah,
It's my.
because well, what was so Ari's machine? We said that it was only able to. What was it powered by?
Um, yeah, these weird creepers, but he talked about it being just kind of vaguely magic. Like it sourced itself from magic.
Okay, so if mm, if I could get if I could possibly get one of these creepers, I might be able to approximate about how much energy we need. And what I've been working on currently is possibly using what is a resource that we have far, far, far too much of. We have so much access to it, it's actually ridiculous. Some might say it's harmful.
Uh, uh, the ability to think, causing self doubt, causing all sorts of spiraling ideas and emotions.
Heat, fire,
Oh, yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense.
fire, lava,
Mm-hmm.
especially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, if we were to somehow figure out a way to turn lava or fire into raw magical energy,
Mm-hmm.
maybe run it through some sort of converter or something,
Yeah.
we could figure out a way to possibly create a near infinite source of fey magic. That's the real reason why I wanted Ari's notes, wanted to know what he was doing. I wanted to know if he had already tried it. I'd gotten everything I needed. There was no. I I have unfortunately limited my connections to others at this point. Only people I've really been fully honest with is you and Jay.
My opinion, that's not too bad set.
Hmm?
You know, we're trustworthy people. It's not the worst to.
But I guess, well, I don't know what Tiefling and the Golems have been up to, but I really need to get in contact with Fantasy at some point.
Yeah, it seemed like. I mean, honestly, if I can be candid, I was kind of hurt. Like, Teeth talked about it like they just sort of up and left town, and I know it's not the same, but like, I don't know how much you remember of the jungle, but it was just sort of that same situation of time and time again, people just sort of up and leaving, and so I just kind of
Mhm.
felt like maybe, I don't know, I wasn't like terribly close to them, but I would have appreciated like a goodbye.
Well, I was a constant contributor to their little phone that thing, so my hope was that I would at least get something from them,
Right, like a
something
loyal
back.
customer message, like, hey, we're closing shop.
Hmm.
Yeah,
There, but I don't think. See, the problem is I don't think that that fantasy just left. I don't. They had no reason to. It just it seems illogical to leave.
yeah,
I mean, I guess
well, I guess.
maybe distancing themselves from the withering is possible, but
I don't know,
but
I just sort of come to expect it. I don't know, I guess. It's just
I'm just
happened before.
I'm just worried. So when you go speak to Tiefling tomorrow, ask them about fantasy, and get back to me as soon as you can.
Gotcha.
As many details as possible, because I feel like Tiefling might know something. I don't think Tiefling had anything to do with it, but I feel like there might be a little bit more. I know it might be lying or betraying Tiefling's trust, but
Can I
I
admit something to you?
need to know. What's up?
I buried it, sort of. I mean, I also left Jay a cryptic book in case I wasn't wrong. Something is off. In the library, maybe I was just hopped up on emotion. I mean, I'll admit I went there to be alone so I could cry, but uh, you guys talked about it differently. You were confused. You couldn't understand why Ari, which I agree, like, if it was anything else, in God forbid it be like natural causes, Ari would have never let himself go that way. He would fight tooth and nail, but knowing what I knew, knowing that he had no other option, it was upsetting me. But you were confused on how he could just die. Teef was intrigued. There was just something about it that just seemed a step too far, almost. Like a curiosity of what could be done with the information. Less of. I don't know. I just. It turned my stomach, and I'm trying to, be open minded, and, I'm excited to see what they've got. It just also really worried me that it's just how they approached the whole is Ari really dead thing.
Well, Maybe. Well, I've got more calculations and stuff to run. Um, that's really all I had to ask you about. Um, my hope is that I could get something done soon.
Yeah, and remind me, like, after I check out Tief's thing so I get more context to it, I can bring you out to one of the machines. I remember where it was. And actually, there was two. Ari mentioned another one, and it was under... It was... I know where it is. I know where both of them are.
Good. Well, get
I'm...
that to me as soon as possible.
Yeah, and I'm...
Or at least some chords.
Of course. I'm really glad I talked to you. I'm sorry I lied.
Hey, it's fine. I understand not trusting others more
Yeah.
than most would.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I have another side project I need to do then.
Yeah, you and your side projects.
Mhm.
I don't know where you get the time. I took like 3 hours building that grill alone.
Well, you know, when you don't sleep and you have
Yeah.
millennia of experience,
Yeah, and you kill all the phantoms left in the world.
I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
Sure.
That was some insomniac.
Sure. Some. Well, you have fun.
Uh-huh.
Alright, see you.
Lord.